Japan has the longest lifespan on the planet. They eat white rice every day. They work some of the longest hours in the world, and they smoke more than most of Europe. By everything Western medicine tells you, they should be dying young. They're not, and the reason has nothing to do with genetics. Chapter 1: The White Rice Paradox. For the last 30 years, nutritionists told you white rice spikes blood sugar, causes inflammation, and makes you fat. Japan eats white rice at almost every meal. Their obesity rate is 4%. The US obesity rate is 43%. So either the rice theory is wrong, or something else is canceling it out. It's something else. And once you understand what it is, you'll realize the conversation about good carbs versus bad carbs has been missing the entire point. Chapter 2: The Fermentation Factor. The single biggest dietary difference between Japan and the West is not what Japan eats less of. It's what Japan eats more of. Fermented food, every single day. Miso, natto, pickled vegetables, soy sauce, not as a trend, not as a supplement, as a standard part of every meal. Here's why this matters. Your gut contains roughly 38 trillion bacteria. Those bacteria regulate inflammation, control how your body processes glucose, produce compounds that protect your heart, and directly influence how much fat you store. When your gut bacteria are balanced, your body handles carbohydrates differently. The same bowl of white rice hits a healthy microbiome completely differently than a damaged one. Japan doesn't have a rice advantage. Japan has a gut advantage, and they've been building it through fermented food for over 1,000 years. Chapter 3: Umami and the Satiety Switch. The second factor is one that Western nutrition almost completely ignores. It's called umami. Umami is the fifth taste after sweet, sour, salty, bitter. It comes from glutamates, compounds found in miso, seaweed, fermented soy, mushrooms, and aged fish. Here's what it does in your brain. When you consume umami-rich food, your brain registers deep satiety faster than with any other taste. The signal that says, "I'm done," arrives earlier, and it lasts longer. Japan doesn't have smaller portions because of discipline or culture. Japan has smaller portions because the food itself sends a stronger stop signal to the brain. You can eat half the calories and feel more satisfied if the food contains the right compounds. That's not a diet, that's biochemistry. Chapter 4: The Thing Missing from Your Supermarket. There is one food eaten daily in Japan that is virtually absent from Western diets. Seaweed. Not occasionally, daily. Seaweed contains iodine, which regulates your thyroid, the gland that controls your entire metabolism. It contains fucoidan, a compound with documented effects on immune function and inflammation. And it contains a specific type of fiber that feeds gut bacteria almost nothing else in the Western diet can match. Most people in the US and Europe are functionally iodine deficient. Their thyroid is running slow, their metabolism is running slow, and they don't know it because the symptoms look exactly like normal tiredness, normal weight gain, normal aging. Japan doesn't have a longevity secret. Japan has a daily habit that the rest of the world stopped doing somewhere along the way. Chapter 5: What the Okinawa data actually shows. Okinawa has the highest concentration of people over 100 years old on Earth. Researchers have studied them for decades trying to find the single factor. There isn't one. But there are three things that appear consistently across virtually every centenarian in Okinawa. First, they eat until 80% full. There is an actual cultural principle for this, called hara hachibu, stop before you're full, not as a diet rule, as a lifelong habit. Second, their diet is predominantly plant-based, but the plants are specific. Purple sweet potato, bitter melon, turmeric. These aren't trendy superfoods. These are cheap, local vegetables eaten in that region for centuries. Third, they maintain social connection as a structured part of daily life. In Okinawa, there is a concept called moai, a group of 5 people who commit to supporting each other for life. Research on longevity consistently shows that social isolation accelerates biological aging faster than smoking. Okinawa didn't solve aging with a diet. Okinawa solved it with a system.
You don't need to move to Japan. You need 3 things. 1. Add fermented food to 1 meal a day. Miso soup, kimchi, plain yogurt with live cultures. You're feeding the gut bacteria that change how your body handles everything else. 2. Find seaweed. Dried nori is in most grocery stores. 1 sheet a day covers your iodine baseline. 3. Stop eating at 80%. Not forever, not perfectly. Just start noticing the moment before you're full, and stop there once a day. Japan didn't live longer by doing more. They lived longer by removing 3 things that quietly shorten every life: gut damage, thyroid deficiency, and eating past the point of need. If this made you look at your dinner differently, follow. There's a reason every blue zone on the planet eats the same way. We're going to go through all of them.